The city is addicted to the financial performance of fossil fuel companies and will not relinquish them until they are no longer cost effective. Discuss. You as a fund manager, I'm sure F&C are very strongly performing managers in various oil companies and invest in them, etc. How does that balance up with then trying to be a responsible manager and have an environmental policy?
So I think the city and most fund managers today, and probably for the next 5 years, are going to continue investing in fossil fuels and are going to continue investing in probably some Chinese coal companies as well. I think what's really going to change investors, where they put their money, how they start thinking about climate change opportunities, how they start looking at oil and gas companies, is going to be the price of carbon. And the higher the prices for carbon, the more likely it is that we're going to start seeing real action on climate change. And to see a high price of carbon, what we need to see is, it's going to sound quite idealistic now, but probably some kind of a global emissions trading scheme, getting in as many sectors, getting in as many companies as possible, and restricting carbon credits and making it very tough. And that's really going to be what drives the change in the markets.
Stephanie, do you want to comment?
Yes, I just wanted to I guess pick up on one of the points you raised about the listing requirements. I think this is somewhere where investors can make a difference because, yes, I mean, it should be wrong that on an IPO document that climate change isn't discussed fully as a risk issue. And I think it's important that not just those investors that are already engaged, I can see who would, regardless of whether it's on an IPO document, actually consider the impact of climate change on the company and try and understand better how the company's actually dealing with that and then make a decision. For a large number of investors, it's not something they'll proactively go forward and look for. And so I think pushing for increased disclosure, while it's certainly not the answer to everything, I think will start driving investor behaviour where it matters. So I think that's another place where investors could make a contribution in terms of looking at a revision of IPO listing rules.
Great, thank you all very much. I think I'd like to thank the panel for an excellent set of responses and also to thank you for your questions. So if you could all put your hands together for